This past weekend, the U.S. Senate, they approved the Social Security Fairness Act. Now, this is legislation that'll repeal two laws that have long reduced Social Security benefits that public sector retirees receive. And the bill, which passed overwhelmingly in the House and in the Senate, it gives full benefits to nearly 3 million public sector retirees and their families. Now, these are people who currently receive their benefits at a reduced level. And in this video, what I'll do is I'm going to give you some of the details about the bill, and I'm also going to share with you some of the criticism that this bill's receiving from those who didn't vote for it. The Social Security Fairness Act, it eliminates two key provisions that were set up decades ago to shore up Social Security. The first is the Windfall Elimination provision, and this was enacted in 1983, and it reduced Social Security benefits of workers who also receive pensions from a federal, state, or a local government for employment that is not covered by Social Security. Now, the other provision, it's called the Government Pension Offset, which was enacted way back in 1977. And the offset, while it affects people who worked in jobs that weren't eligible for Social Security, but who were eligible for a spousal benefit. And that spousal offset, the way it's currently set up, it can reduce a spouse's Social Security benefit by 2/3 of the non-covered pension. And this leads to some 70% of those affected losing their entire Social Security benefit. The Social Security Fairness Act, it would repeal both of these laws, and it would ensure that workers and their families receive the full Social Security benefits that they earn. In the description of this video, I'm going to include links that you can click on if you want to learn more about these two provisions. Now, before I go any further, I want to invite you to sign up for my breaking news email. It's a great way for you to stay informed on the news that matters most to you. These are essential updates you need to stay ahead of the curve, and I deliver them straight to your inbox as the news happens. So if you want to get my breaking news email, just click on the link in the description box to sign up. Critics warn the Social Security Fairness Act. They warned that it will take $196 billion out of Social Security over the next 10 years, and the act would speed up the program's insolvency by 6 months. Now, if that does happen, beneficiaries, they'll see a 27% cut in benefits. Now, Senator Joe Manchin, he's a critic of the bill, or so it seems. He says, "We all agree the status quo is unfair and it penalizes millions of hardworking Americans, but we also have an obligation to honor our promises to ensure that Social Security is going to be there for the people who have paid into it and have earned it, and also those generations who come after." Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio, he co-authored the bill, and he urged passage in a Senate floor speech. In his speech, he cited the case of Barbara Ward, a special needs school bus driver who he says drove 200 miles a day over 40 years for a district along Ohio's border with West Virginia. Now, he says Barbara Ward received her husband's $2,100 a month Social Security survivor's benefit after he passed away 10 years ago. But those benefits, he says, were cut to $500 a month after she retired with her own pension because of one of the bill's provisions. Now, Brown says this. He says Americans like Barbara Ward, he said they've watched corporations get tax cuts and Wall Street get bailouts. He says all they're asking for is what they've earned. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says this about the bill. He says passing this Social Security fix right before Christmas would be a great gift for our retired firefighters, police officers, postal workers, teachers, and others who for years have contributed to Social Security but are now being penalized because of their time of public service. Senator Tom Tillis, he doesn't share Schumer's Christmas giving spirit. On Saturday, Tillis said this. He said, "I hope somebody over the next 8 to 10 years fixes Social Security in the future." He says, because in 10 years, there will be a mandatory minimum 17% cut in the Social Security benefit across the board if we continue to fail to act here and if we continue to dig a deeper hole by the vote that we're having today. The Social Security Fairness Act. It's headed to President Biden's desk where he is expected to sign it into law. So what do you think? Are the provisions in the act, are they fair or are they unfair? Drop me a comment or you can shoot me an email. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And before I forget, I want to remind you to sign up for my breaking news email. It is the easiest way for you to stay informed on the news that truly matters to you. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. And as I always say, Have a great day, everybody.